And this Qazi Rafiq, Anis, while he was quite young, he was a student of FSC, I think, when his eyesight started deteriorating so rapidly that his uncle or uncle's some close relative, late Dr. Bashir Ahmad, who was the most renowned eye specialist of Lahore, Dr. Nakazi Refix took him to him, and after when he returned, he came to me, a very, very depressed person. And I said, what happened? He said, my father took me to Dr. Bashir Sahib and he told me to stop study immediately. He says, your eyesight has deteriorated to a degree that beyond that, it will be a rapid decline towards total blindness. And if you continue to study, that will be expedited. But if you cease to study, stop studying, then maybe you continue to see for a year or two, but no more. That was the verdict, the severity of verdict, So he was almost on the verge of crying. Young man, with this bleak future, no light at the end of the tunnel. So I said, don't worry, inshallah, I'll pray and I'll treat you. So I remember I gave him, at that time, netra 6, silesia 6, and calcareous floor 6, and caliphos 6. These were the 4 medicines in 6s, 6x, I mean. Why I chose that, I don't remember, because I saw his physique, his general style, and I thought he needed these things. But apart from that, I gave him Zincum Met 200 and Basilion 200. Now, although normally people say Basilion has nothing to do with this, but Basilion, I think, has something to do with it. Deep dyscrasias which are left over of tuberculosis, they also produce dyscrasia like like this we say chronic diseases. Gradually and slowly, the human tissue begins to fail. So I put him on these things, and occasionally I changed them, from time to time a little bit, but mainly this was the treatment. After 6 months, what he did? He started study again. What happened, which put some courage into him, was that after about 2 months or less perhaps, he felt giddy and, as in Urdu we say, head goes circling, When you feel giddy and you feel the whole earth is moving around, then generally it is related to either ears or sight. So because his sight was bad, so he got worried and he rushed back to Dr. Bashir Sahib. He thought perhaps I made a mistake by being treated at his hands and my eyesight has further deteriorated. He was so surprised. He said, I have never seen a more surprised man. From 7 plus, his number has fallen to 5 plus. And within a month and a half, to register such improvement was absolutely unbelievable. So he said, what have you been doing? I remember his style, he would talk like a small child, and sometimes he would also talk like, a sort of made-up anger, which was just a kindness, which was no anger in it. So you young man, what have you been doing? That sort of thing. So he said, nothing, only I had some homeopathic medicine. Oh, that poo-poo, I don't like it. Something happened, but not homeopathy, I don't believe in it. But it did happen, in fact. After a while, his eye stabilized at +4. He did his BA, he got a service in the bank, and he's still, I think, if he's still in Pakistan, he's still an employee of the bank, and he got married, and he sees things all right. So this is my personal experience that eyesight can improve. My impression generally is that if I continue giving such patients Zincum Met. Zinc has a very deep affinity for nervous system, and metallica means pure metal. For cataract, we give Zincum Sulph, zinc sulfate or sulfide, but I think it's sulfate, 200. You just write Zincum Sulph and everybody would understand. That is good for reversing the cataract. But general eyesight is improved by Zincum Met. This is my personal experience. And netra also, common salt, is quite useful for the sight. And calcareous, caliphos, general tonics, they do help. So whoever is losing the sight, you give that person this prescription which I have just told you,